Hello. Hello, 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 and welcome. I forgot my notes, so I had to go and get my notes. Struggling here. I had to get my notes. We're not gonna drink tonight. I'm sorry. This is a serious video. So we not drinking tonight. I'm sorry. Just being honest. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. I don't want to waste y'all's time. Hopefully you guys are having a fabulous night, evening, wherever you are. Let me go ahead and play my intro, and then we're going to dive right into this video. Trigger warning. I'm going to be very honest in this video. So if you cannot handle it, if you're sensitive, this is not the video for you. It's not. It's not. Honestly, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not the channel for you, but this video is just, it's not going to be for you. Very unpopular opinion. And yes, I'm rolling up the sleeves. So I hope y'all ready. Because I'm ready. Okay. So let me go ahead and play this intro and then I'll be back.
Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss.
Oh, hell no!
Well, alrighty, let's get started. Okay, before we jump into this, I just want to start off by saying that this couple met in the church.
Hey guys, I don't really.
And I just feel like that needs to be said. So I'm just the messenger. They met in the church. That's all I'm gonna say. But they're music artists. Apparently they work together. They've worked with Beyonce. They are independent artists. They're kind of like underground, but they do music together. So if you don't know who they are, you can look more into them. I don't know. I don't know what song I know of when it comes to them, but the main reason why I was looking into their music was because I just like their aesthetics, you know. Black couple, their aesthetics was nice to me. And there was a song that I liked by them. I just don't remember the name of the song. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this video. I will also leave a link to their YouTube channel if you're interested in taking, well, their music YouTube channel, if you're interested in taking a look at some of their work. I also want to say that I don't think any relationship is perfect. I don't think any relationship is perfect. I don't think that you can't expect for men to be perfect. If you're going to deal with a man, I think you have to allow him room to grow, especially if they're in their 20s. So That's one thing that I will say. Will I encourage you to stick around and wait for that man to grow up? No. And I'm gonna say this very nicely. Hell no. No, you should not be waiting. Okay. You need to move on with your life because you have this thing called biological clock, especially if you want to have kids. So I'm never gonna tell you to wait it out. I'm always gonna tell you to leave. And by leaving, you are choosing yourself. Okay. And also no love story, no real love story is perfect. No love story that I know is perfect in the real world. So that is, yeah, no love story is perfect. None. So if you're a hopeless romantic and you think that a love story is just supposed to be perfect and everything is just going to be peaches and cream and God sent you this man to be for you and you think everything is just going to be smooth sailing, it's not. Okay. I'm gonna tell you to go to therapy. A lot of us don't even know what a love story is supposed to look like. A lot of us don't know what love really is. We have this idea. A lot of us are codependent on the idea of love, but we really don't know what it is. So I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. Disclaimer.
How to start this. Toby, stop doing that. Just tell me how to start.
Fat, you start by saying something about this is forever twisted.
This is forever twisted. Thank y'all for tuning in.
I just want to be with you. I like the way you do the things you do.
All right, y'all. So we about to tell y'all about how we first met. Our whole story is unlike most boy meets girl stories. So here we go. Is that good?
And began.
So when we first met,
I was live. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was walking in my purpose. I was doing my thing. I was like with God. I was low key like Enoch. Low key just about to be transcended straight up into the heavens with my Lord and Savior. I had just started a nonprofit organization. I had just started Team Guinea. We had just started like the movement to make purpose popular. So I was like on flames. And then Fat had just ran away from Grand Rapids.
So I just came back. Well, not came back.
Okay, I'm gonna stop him right there. Right off the top, I just want to say that he seems like he's one of those Black men that feel like because he's not the statistic, because he's not a deadbeat, because he actually is a decent man, that he should be praised for it because he's Black and he's not in jail. He's not out here murdering people. He's not causing havoc within the community. So he's the good guy. He's the quote unquote nice guy. You know, he walks in his purpose. He gives back to his community. And he has the mentality that he is God's gift to earth when it comes to women because he's not the stereotype. So he feels like he should be praised for doing what he's supposed to do. I said it. He feels like he should be praised for doing what he's supposed to do because all the other men around him isn't, or a majority of the men that look like him don't. So he feels he should be praised, worshiped for not being the statistic. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there. That is the vibe. That is the energy that I'm getting from him. And it's a huge red flag. This man is not, I mean, I guess he's West African, but he's American, I guess. So just saying.
I just got to Houston from Michigan. I had been here not even a year when I met Toby. And I left Michigan just because I just felt like God wanted me to leave. Like it was just nothing happening there. I was gonna get stuck in the box. I'm from the hood. Like
Fat, you trying to make it sound way more spiritual than it was. You
talk about God. That's exactly why I didn't say it because I wasn't getting into.
I was saying you ain't gotta say it, but you don't gotta make it seem like it was just some type of spiritual encounter that made you come to Houston. What happened was something bad happened. He was like, "Oh, I gotta get up out of here."
But before that, I had always felt like I was supposed to leave, like I wasn't supposed to stay in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was getting on. You just went completely left.
My bad.
Anyway, so I was saying that it wasn't where I was supposed to be, and I knew that, and I felt that. So when I had the chance to go, I up and left to Houston. So I had been in Houston not even a year when I met Tobe initially, and we met at Higher D Church. He was doing a young adults like event or something.
I was out here serving the people like I usually do, and she seen me shining. First
of all, I met him there, and I didn't really see him
at that.
He thinks, y'all, he really thinks like at that moment I saw him, and I was like, from that moment on. But I didn't really see him at the event. I saw him at the nonprofit.
Let me just be honest with y'all real quick while I'm here.
Now, I'm going to keep it all the way real with you guys. I feel like this is a cultural issue for Black people in general. Black people, we have a very bad habit of talking at people and not talking to people. And what I mean by that is the difference is when you're talking to someone, you guys are having a conversation, you are seen as equal, and he's speaking, she's speaking, and you guys are listening to one another. When you're talking at someone, you're lecturing them. You're lecturing, and they can't really get a word in because it's a lecture. So throughout this entire video, he's talking at her and not to her, which comes across as belittling. And I see this a lot among Black people, Black culture. This is why we don't know how to communicate with each other. We talk at each other. We don't talk to each other. We're not trying to understand one another. We're not trying to hear the person out. It is what it is. And I've seen it on both sides. In this video, it's him though. It's him. That's not effective communication. That's talking over someone that's very rude. And it's very belittling. It's almost dismissive. Like you really don't care what this person has to say. So it's very rude. Okay, let's continue.
Done. Fat said that her homegirl was like, "Ooh, there's some daddies in the church."
That was after the church service.
There's some daddies in this church.
She definitely did say
it's
that.
Some daddies. You know what I'm saying? I was just up there serving. It's some daddies in this church.
First of all, she definitely did say that, but she said that after like the actual church service, not after that event. So
okay,
that was a different time. But anyway, he ended up inviting us to his nonprofit meeting. Like, I don't know if it was the next day or like a couple days after or whatever. So we ended up going, and he was up. He was like, leading the meeting, like, getting all the volunteers together and stuff like that. And that's when I saw him. So then when I saw him, I was like, man, I could marry this man. Like, this is like, I felt like, like he was for me. In that moment, I felt like he was for me. He was like...
I was like, stop.
Not at all.
I was like, you ever seen somebody when they look at you, they be literally like looking all the way into your mouth? Like they look like trying to see like what your tonsils are saying. Like, man, there's a vibration coming from the back of his neck. I'm trying to see what that is.
All right.
Now, let me show you what it looks like. Let me show you. Fat would like bend the corner and like come back around the corner like this. And I'll be like, hey, stop looking at me like that.
Toby.
All right, but continue. So bottom line is she was like on like, oh my God.
You know how like boy meets girl, like boy find like things, like falls in love, like thinks girl is the one, like he knows instantly, all that stuff. Well, those roles were reversed.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm stopping every 5 minutes, but I have to. Okay, so I want to highlight that I find that there are a lot of Black women that are codependent on the idea of love. Codependent on the idea of love to the point where it makes them stupid. I said what I said. That's all they care about. They only care about being in love. They only care about being in a marriage. They don't care if it's healthy. They only care about having a man. They only care about looking a certain way on Instagram. And a lot of them are in, marriages, relationships that are dysfunctional. So I really want to point that out. If I am not highlighting anything else in this video, is the fact that Black women are so codependent on the idea of love. They are willing to put up with just about anything just to get it, just to receive it, just to feel like they're in love, but they really don't know what love is. So we have to break this. I don't know. Some say it's a curse. Some say it's dysfunctional, but we have to break this because it's not healthy. You should not be putting a man or the idea of love before self. And she's so attracted to the idea that she doesn't even understand that this relationship is so unhealthy. And so, some would say, oh, she's worshiping the Black man or whatever like that. But to be honest, maybe when it comes to her physical attractiveness, but really for me, I feel like she has put the idea of love on such a high pedestal that she is neglecting herself. So, which puts her in a position to start praising a Black man just because he's Black. Yes, she's obsessed with romance. And I want to talk more about that. I've been in therapy talking about it. The hopeless romantic. If you're a hopeless romantic and you joke about, oh, I'm a hopeless romantic, it's not something to be proud of. Because if you're hopeless and you're a romantic, you are willing to put up with a lot just to be loved, just to be seen. It really stems from low self-esteem. And if it makes you feel any better, I used to be a hopeless romantic. I used to watch all those romance novels. I used to think Black love movies were goals. Oh my God, this love story reminds me of Love and Basketball. It reminds me of a lot of love stories. And this is what she's referencing. I extend grace to this woman because she just does not know any better. She wasn't taught better. So it's like, can you really sit here and judge her situation? No, you cannot. Because a lot of us have been in this situation. It's so easy to sit here and judge her situation and not understand. But it's like when you've been groomed to believe in an idea, and the idea that you believed in was so unhealthy, but you don't know any better. And this is why I'm asking you guys, or I'm telling you guys, please go to therapy. Please go to therapy so you can get a healthy understanding of what love is, what a healthy relationship is. No, it's not perfect, but this ain't it either. It's not perfect, but this is not it either. You should never put someone else before self. So I'm not going to sit here and judge this girl like, oh, she's dumb, or oh, she's stupid, or oh, da, 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 da. A lot of us have been dumb. A lot of us have been stupid. I know I have. So you can sit here and judge her all day, but I'm pretty sure you're looking at your reflection somehow, some way. It is what it is. So I'm not about to judge this girl. I'm sorry. She doesn't know any better. And she grew up in the church. And the church taught you to what? Worship man. So
it was reversed. I was the one that was like, yo, like, you ready?
And hold on. And before y'all think like, dang, what's wrong with him? Nothing. She ain't look nothing like this. Her favorite store was Charlotte Russe.
Ain't nothing wrong with Charlotte Russe, ladies.
Ain't nothing wrong with Charlotte Russe. If that's what you into, Charlotte Russe is cool for you. Don't feel bad. Everybody got different seasons. You gotta know how to do it. You gotta do it right. So Fat was into like body con dresses and vest on top of the dresses.
I was out here. Let me tell you, when I left Michigan, I was like, I'm in Michigan. I'm about to turn up.
She had a bowl cut.
It was.
I'm talking
he keeps
about
saying that. I have a bowl cut literally right now. What I had was a pixie cut. And ladies, y'all know what the pixie cut is. It's like this cut. It like form your head. It's cute. And then you have like the bangs in front. I had that. I had my little fake Holly Berry going on. He hated that haircut. He said it made my head look big. So yeah, I was, and I was managing Charlotte. Well, I was working for Charlotte Russe at that time. I think I was just about to get my management position. But so I had the hookup. So I was all in there.
A hookup that nobody wanted.
He wasn't thinking about it. He wasn't interested at all. He wasn't interested.
Now, this is where I'm kind of mixedly like with this scene right here. And the reason is because, you know, we grew up thinking, oh, love at first sight. Love is not always at first sight. That's not going to be everyone's love story. But what I don't like is how he kind of talks down to her in a sense. But then I'm watching some of their other videos. Like I watched their engagement story, the proposal story, and everything like that. And I really think the nature of their relationship, some couples are really just like this, where they are like homies. It's almost like they dab each other up and they're like quote unquote homies. So when you think of two male people in a relationship, okay, I hate to say they throw jabs at each other, but they're joking, but it's very blunt, you know, like he's teasing her. So I get teasing vibes, but I think the reason why it doesn't come across teasing to us is because he keeps over talking her, dismissing her, and everything like that. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is in fact verbal abuse or if this is the nature of their relationship. Everyone doesn't have the same relationship. Everyone doesn't have the same type of relationship. It's disturbing to me because I wouldn't be able to handle being in a relationship with someone that's literally jokingly talking mess about what I got on, because it's triggering to me. I had a girlfriend that used to do the same thing, and it's like, are you joking or are you making fun of me? Are you teasing me in a lighthearted way or are you making fun of me? Like, I really can't tell. But one thing that I learned from watching their engagement videos, it's like they do it to each other. It's almost like that's the nature of their relationship. So I don't know. Some of you guys are going to call it verbal abuse. Some of you guys are going to say he's being insensitive. Some of you guys are going to say he's teasing her. It just depends on how you are and how you view their relationship. So to me, I feel like it's verbal abuse. I don't put up with relationships like this, not even friendships. So if a friend is making snarkily comments towards me, I don't take it as they're joking. Like, I take it as you're making fun of me. So I don't know, but they don't have, I will say it just seems like the roles are reversed within their relationship. The roles are reversed. She's more in her masculine energy, you guys. So, and she's okay with it. And when you're in your masculine energy, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I don't like how it makes her look. I feel like it makes her look rude. I mean, it makes him look rude, disrespectful, and then it makes her look like a doormat, like she doesn't have any self-worth or self-esteem. So I don't know. But I wanted to really get a real idea of their relationship. And when I was watching the engagement, I mean, I've never seen like a woman dabbing up a man. Like they homies. I don't know. I've never seen that before. And this is why I will say this. If you are a woman and you're playing the role of a homegirl in hopes that this man will one day choose you, please understand you're putting yourself in a position to be seen as a man. And then now you're trying to transfer this relationship into go from platonic to romantic, but then he still treats you like you're the homie. Like, just don't do that. Just no. Yeah. Somebody was like, I have dabbed up my man before. It's the way she did it though. It's the energy exchange when she does it. Okay. And when you play the homegirl, when you play the friend, you play that role, please understand they see you as that first. And maybe you guys develop a relationship. And so the nature of that relationship can very well transfer over into now this romantic relationship that you're trying to develop with this man. So understand, like, she never set boundaries like, okay, that was cool when we were friends, but now that we are moving forward in a committed relationship, I need you to treat me more like your woman and not your friend. Now that's something she could voice or vocalize, but he's still treating her like we homies. I don't know. I don't like. And I don't think she ever established that boundary when they transferred from being friends to more than friends.
Interested at all.
Keep going, Fat. All right, what happened next?
So, what happened next?
You had two choices. You could either
flee
from me.
So when he was like, you know, I'm not into you or whatever, he told me.
No. I said you. Like, I don't like you. Stop looking at me like that. I don't like you like that. You are. You know, when somebody look at you in church, you can't say like, "Hey, stop!" Like, get away from me. You got to say something like, "Hey, sis. What up, sis? Come on, sister."
He made it clear.
What up, family? What's going on, family? That's what I hit her with.
He made it clear that he did not look at me like in a romantic way.
Sister of come on, sister in Christ. Come on, all the colloquialisms. I gave it all to her. All right, keep going, Fat.
So I had a choice, right? He was very vocal, so I had to make a decision. I could either take his honesty and keep on moving with my life and just like not be affiliated with him at all. Or I could take his advice.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out here. This man was honest. He was so honest. He done said it in so many different ways that he don't see her like that. He don't want her like that. He don't like her like that. So everybody is like, I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. You don't gotta like him. But I respect him because he was honest with her. A lot of these men play games. They lie. They lead you on. They make you feel like, I think he cared about her to a certain extent to where he didn't want to lead her on because he's like, listen, I don't like you like that. I do not like you like that. He could have breadcrumbed her, lied to her, played her, but he didn't do that. She chose to stay. And a lot of women do. A lot of women choose to stay. A lot of women choose to put up with this in hopes it will somehow win them over. If a man is being honest with you, and a lot of y'all are like, oh, he's being disrespectful or is he being disrespectful or is he being honest with you and you don't want to accept it? I don't feel like, besides him joking about her clothing and all of that, I don't feel like he was being intentionally disrespectful. I think he was really being honest, and she did not want to accept that. And I think he had to become blunt and more blunt and more blunt and more blunt and more blunt. And he has gotten more blunt over time because whenever he would probably say it to her in a nice way, she wouldn't take it. She wouldn't receive it. So listen, we are reacting to all 5 parts because a lot of y'all didn't watch all 5 parts. So in my opinion, it's just like he told her the truth. And I think women need to learn how to accept rejection just as much as men do. He rejected her. She decided to stay. She could have left. She didn't. So you could say he ain't this, you could say he ain't that, but that says a lot about her. Why are you staying? He just rejected you and you still standing there. I don't get that. This was more than enough for me. This was like way more than enough for me to collect my things and leave. I'm not putting up with this. Like, come on. But again, you know, the Black woman's mindset back then was you go through it. You go through hard times. Like it's just struggle love. Like this is what they were conditioned to put up with. So I'm not going to judge this girl. I refuse.
Understand that that's not what he wants. A relationship is not what he wants. And I could become his friend and have him in my life.
It's not a relationship enough. I thoroughly wanted a relationship. I just did not want you. It's not that a relationship is not what he wanted. I just didn't want you.
With me. Okay.
There we go.
Let me say with me.
Praise God.
It makes that much difference.
It does.
Don't. We engaged.
Touche.
So yeah, I had a choice to either take his information, walk away, not be involved with him at all, or I could have him in my life in some capacity. So I chose to like be his friend and still understand.
You guys are saying red flag, red flag. The only red flag that I see is on her part. I mean, damn, this is what's killing me. This is what's killing me. When men are honest, women do not take heed to their honesty. And that's what's really frustrating me. You're saying red flag. This is not a red flag. This is a man telling you, I don't like you like that. And it's just like you as a woman. You are out here rejecting men all the time. You're literally telling them, I don't like you like that. I don't want to be with you like that. So is that a red flag for a man when it comes to you? Or is that you being honest to a man? Like, let's be real here. He was being honest. She was forcing something that was not for her. So the red flag is really on her part. The red flag was her not seeing her worth. The red flag was her not seeing her value. The red flag was her not having any self-love and self-respect. She is the red flag. It's not him. All we can do is ask these men to be honest. Just because you don't like their honesty doesn't mean you don't have to, you feel like you don't have to respect it. She's the red flag to me. Like, why are you staying in a relationship like this? And we have girlfriends that are like this. We have girlfriends that are like this. We give them advice. They keep going back. They keep going back. They keep going back. She's the red flag. This man keeps showing you. He keeps telling you. Like, do he need to say it in Spanish? Because I'm starting to think he needs to say it in Spanish. How is he the red flag? She could have been left this situation. She could have been left this situation. She chose to stay. Why? No self-respect. And you know what? He doesn't respect her because she did stay. And we talked about this. In order for you to earn a man's respect, you have to have self-respect. If you don't have self-respect, he's not going to respect you. The only reason why he feels so comfortable sitting here and talking to her like this or talking about her like this is because she allowed it. She allowed it. She never checked him, not once. So I don't know. I'm not trying to blame the woman, but it's like, listen, she has to take some accountability. This is not blame. Like a lot of women want honesty and this man is giving it to her and y'all want to say he's the red flag. How? He's literally telling you with a microphone, hey, I don't like you like that. I don't get it. Come on now. Like, I'm all for, positivity and everything like that and putting Black women in a positive light. But I got to keep it real with you. She chose to stay. Why? That's the red flag for me. Why? Why are you choosing to stay?
Understand that he wasn't looking at me in a romantic eye or anything like that. Like, it was just, and I felt like he was mine. Like, he was like, we were supposed to be together, but maybe it wasn't how I thought it was. Maybe it wasn't in a romantic way. So I chose to be his friend. And I became
with intentions.
I became
with secret
the
intentions.
best friend he ever knew.
It was like Roger to Tia and Tamara.
Stop saying
like
that.
Roger was like Urkel to Laura, Myra to Urkel. Any type of obsessive friendship. No, let me just be honest.
Was Myra obsessive though?
Out of control.
She wasn't like Urkel. She was just very like controlling with Urkel, I think.
Okay.
Wasn't she?
I don't necessarily remember the fine details, but I just know that you was way. It was a friendship, but you could just tell. Like, hey, can you? And you would just be like, oh yeah, that's no problem.
I just want to be with you. I like the way you do the things you do.
Well, on the story getting loose. All right.
So then I became like the best friend I could possibly be, right? So anything he needed that I was capable of doing, I would do because I wanted to. And I had no problem with doing it. So then after a while, like with me always being there for him, he grew to love the way that I loved him.
Yeah, it's real. I just think it's real different when somebody love like anything. I'm talking about you could, whether you doing good or bad. I'm talking about I was absolutely broke. I ain't had no money or nothing like that. She talking about, oh no, that's good. Like, but you still like I'm like, dang, get your extra, everything is all right. I be done killed 2 people. She talking about some, man, they shouldn't have did that to you. That is okay.
They shouldn't.
Fact. I was just like, all right, cool. You feel this strongly. Let's just give this a go. And hopefully I can grow into feeling the strong as you do about me.
Let me just stop you right now because
girl, don't explain yourself. This is stressing me out. Because listen, the only reason why I respect this man is because he's honest. This man ain't lied yet. He as blunt and as y'all can say he disrespectful. Y'all can say everything up under the sun. He has not lied yet. Do you know how much I wish a man wouldn't lie? Like, y'all got to understand, sometimes men are not being disrespectful. Sometimes they're being honest with you and you don't like it. You don't like it. But if you knew who you were, if you knew your self-worth, if you had self-love, if you had self-respect, his honesty would not hurt your feelings. It wouldn't, because you know who you are. You know you bomb. Like, you know you can go out here and get options. You know that when you look in the mirror, you love yourself. And you know that if you get in front of the right man, he will love you back the same way that you love yourself. But when you don't have self-love for yourself, you have all this doubt. Of course you're going to be in a situation like this. Of course. And then this man, he coming in and he knows his value. He knows his self-worth. Even though it is egotistical, he is arrogant. He's all of the above. But he sees the value that he brings to his community. He feels very assured in himself. And he's dealing with someone that's like the complete opposite. Most narcissists don't even give you the opportunity to leave them. He's basically saying, hey, leave me. And she's saying, no, I'm staying. So it's just like, what is he supposed to do? I don't like, are we being realistic with this? Are we not? Are we being realistic? For real, because I'm just like, you know how many times I've gotten my heart broken and it was all because a man wasn't honest and this man is being honest. And it's like, dang, why could I not have gotten this? If I would have gotten this, it would have hurt. But it's like, dang, at least I would have had the choice to move on with my life. So it's just like, come on. Yes, he's arrogant. Yes, he's egotistical. Yeah, he's annoying as hell. But at least he gave her the choice to leave his ass. And she didn't. She didn't. She stayed. So I'm like, this is why I feel like it's biased. Because I'm just like, red flag. I'm seeing every red flag in the book for her. And this is why he doesn't have any self-respect, because it's like, dang, you want me when I'm broke? You want me when I don't have much of nothing? Like, you don't expect much of me? You want me at my lowest? Why do you want me? Why do you want someone like that? This is not how you earn a man's respect. And I think she thinks a lot of Black women have this idea that the only way you can earn a man's respect is by putting up with just about anything. They can cheat. They can disrespect you. They can belittle you. They don't have to have a car, a job, money, nothing, no requirements whatsoever. And you will still be there with them, loving on them. And it doesn't make any sense. He doesn't have any respect for you when you do that. He didn't have to bring anything to the table, and she didn't have any requirements for him to do so. And that's why he doesn't have any respect for her. Because it's just like, dang, you will accept me at my lowest. So that means you don't expect much of me or any man. And that's sad. No, he's not talking about her behind her back. He is telling her to her face. And I think if he didn't really care about her, he wouldn't be this honest. I think he cared about her to a certain extent. He just wasn't in love with her. And it's just, she couldn't accept that.
Don't do that.
It's not a
don't
good
do
idea.
that.
It's
Just
really
don't do it. If you don't feel some type of way about this girl, you know she is like, she loves you. Are you gonna just see if it work hard? You're just gonna see if you could grow into it. Nah, don't do that, because then stuff happen like, I think I'm gonna take a break.
No, that ain't what happened. What happened was it was 6 months of Fat. All right, let's give it a shot. Fat literally started acting like God came down and said, "You may enter heaven."
Let me tell y'all, this was like 2 years. This is like 2 years, right? It's so funny, huh?
I'm just saying. She was like, you was acting like God came down and said, Martika, my daughter.
Why you gotta say my government on TV? I mean, on the internet.
She was just literally not even walking around no more. She was literally floating through life, just literally on clouds. Goku.
I was happy, y'all, because y'all gotta understand. Like, I didn't think that he was ever gonna get in that space mentally to be like, all right, let's be in a relationship. At that point, I didn't care if he was trying or not. We was in a relationship, and I was like, we together now. You my man. You my boyfriend. And so, like, I was happy. I was happy.
She said, "So you want to go outside?" I'm like, "Outside? Let's just go walk." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Fat, no." All right, but anyway, 6 months passed, and what happened was, like, it got to the point where I was just like, we was riding back from somewhere, and I was just.
Someone said that he takes her as a joke. He can only take her as serious as she takes herself. So if you're not taking yourself seriously, how do you expect for other people? It don't even take men out of it. How do you expect for other people to take you serious? This is why it's important to know your worth when it comes to business, when it comes to friends, when it comes to family, when it comes to men. If you don't know your worth, you don't know what you bring to the table. It doesn't have to be anything tangible. But if you don't know how valuable you are, you cannot expect for others to know how valuable you are. Because how do you even set the tone? How do you even expect more out of people if you don't know your worth or your value? You can't. How do you, example, if you are a business owner and you say you're an artist and you don't know your worth, you don't know your value, you don't believe in your artwork, and you keep placing prices on your artwork, and you're undercutting yourself. People are like, "Oh my God, this is amazing work," but then you're only charging people $50. But the other artist over here that knows their worth, believes in their work, believes in the value that they bring when it comes to their artistry, they're charging $200-$300, but you're a struggling artist. It's a choice to struggle. It's a choice. And when you don't know your worth, you don't know your value, you're going to undercut yourself. And that's exactly what she did, because she could have chose better, way better, way better. So this goes in business. This goes for business. This goes for school. Settling for a school that's not that great, but you feel like, oh, I'll fit in. Challenge yourself. This goes across the board. It's not just with men. It's just not.
Just like, hey, do you think you can get me to the next level of my life? I was like really ambitious and real which I still am and stuff like that. But I was like, do you really feel like you can get me to the next level of my life? And she was like, what'd you say?
Not in the way you would like me to, but I feel like I had the part that he didn't have. Like, he had the ambition, he had the drive, he had all of that stuff, right? But I had the part to help him talk to people, to help him with his temper, to help him have tact, to like relay messages to somebody so that they understand. I could help him with that, but he wasn't on that. He wanted somebody that matched him completely.
When she told me that, I said, listen, I promise you I don't need none of that. I got Jeff. Jeff is real good at talking to people. If I need somebody to help me talk, Jeff can be good. Like, hey, don't say it like that, say it like this. That's not what I need from a woman. So I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, we should take a break. We should take a break. And real quick, if a dude tell you we should take a break, public service announcement, that means it's over.
You can't speak for all dudes.
It's over.
You can't speak for all dudes. Because we talked to some dude before and he was like, he agreed with me. So when y'all
1 out of 1 billion men said that.
That's not true.
Well, I think that nigga needs a break. He could just tell he done been probably in about 1 or 3 relationships.
Now listen. Y'all don't gotta like this man. Y'all don't. I respect men that are honest because the number one thing that I look for in a man is integrity. So even if I don't like some of his other characteristics, honesty is just it's hard to come across that nowadays. So if a man is honest, I have respect for him, even if I don't like him. So with that being said, somebody was like, help him talk to people. She was trying to show him that she was worthy or valuable to his life. That's all that was about. And he kept telling her, like, listen, I don't need you for that. And she wanted somehow to, I don't know, she wanted the stars to align. She wanted God to come down and say, you need her. And it's just like, girl, it's like, move on. Also, he just told you, he just gave you free game. If a man tells you that he wants a break, it's over with. So what does that mean that you need to do? You need to move on with your life. You need to date other people. But first you need to heal. Don't skip that part. You have to heal. You have to go through the emotions and the memories and everything like that. Then you need to release. And then you need to date other people. You need to date other people. Stop waiting for a man to come back or, hey, girl, you better be on a date with somebody else. You better be on a date with somebody else. And I'm sure he was out here doing his thing. I'm sure he was out here doing whatever he wanted to do with whoever he wanted to do, and she was at home. Jesus, I just frustrated.
That's not true. You need to stop. Listen, when you at work, right? You at work and you clock out for your break. What you do when your break is over? Come back.
Throughout the break, what you doing?
Come back.
Contemplate, do I really want to be at this job? Do I really feel like going?
But then when that break is over, that time is over, what you do? You clock right back in.
Clock out.
You clock right back in and you go right back to work. So that's what I thought was going to happen. He said break. I said, all right, cool. We can take some time. I can figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. You can figure out whatever you need to figure out. We're going to come back to this.
I had already figured it out, though. I did not want to be with you no more. Let's take a break. So she went home for like Christmas break or something like that. She went back to Michigan and came back and was thinking like, hey,
ready? What's up? Where you at?
And I was like, some lunch? I was like, did you not get the milk? I said, I don't want to be with you.
No, he didn't. He said,
what I said?
I'm not in love with you.
No, that's not what I said. I don't want to be with you. And then he was like, well, I thought you said we were just taking a break. Then I said, I'm not in love with you.
Well, that's the only part I remember because I forgot that hurt.
Y'all. Y'all keep saying red flag for the man, and I'm just like, y'all, the man is being honest. Like, I can't. Oh my gosh. Is he egotistical? Yes. Is he arrogant? Yes. Yes. He's all of those things. But one thing that he was he was honest. He was also honest. He kept it real. What else do you want? Like, y'all want him to be perfect? Like, I don't. Oh my God. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. And this is why he treats her the way that he does, because I mean, she just gonna put up with whatever. Like, she's just gonna tolerate whatever. Like, she don't care. She views him as the prize. And I don't know if it's her ego or if it's her low self-esteem at this point. Like, she views her as the prize. And this is why he don't have respect for her, sadly. I truly believe that a man, in order for a relationship to be healthy, I feel like a man has to be more attracted to you than you are to them. You can like them a lot. You can love them a lot, but he still has to be way more into you than way more into you than you are into him. And the reason why I say that is because the nature of men, they're visual creatures. So because of that, they have to be way more into you than you are into them in order for a relationship to work. There was an article that went around about marriages lasting more when the male is more into the female. When it comes to heterosexual relationships, when the male is more into the female, the relationship will last. But if the woman is more into the man, the marriage does not last. So I don't know who needs to hear this. And this is why I'm always telling you guys that I always go for the mediums. I go for the mediums. I never go for the super attractive guy, because a lot of them are arrogant. A lot of them feel like they're God's gift to green earth, and they feel like you should bow down to them. Also, another thing is a lot of these men with money, particularly Black men with money, if they are not the statistic, if they feel like, oh, I'm educated, I'm not the statistic, I don't have any kids, they really feel like you should worship the ground that they walk on. They really do. So you even have to be careful about the educated lanes. You got to be careful about the nice Black guy, because a lot of them really feel like, oh, you have to worship me. You got to worship me because I'm the good Black man. F that. Okay. And some of these, yes, I call them the mediums: medium height, medium build, medium attractiveness, medium hairline. Yes. I do not go after the super attractive guy. Thank you, Jarrell. I don't. You will play yourself every single time. You always go after medium, 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 medium. And you got to be careful with that. There are exceptions to what I'm saying. Some men are not shallow. Some men don't put themselves on a pedestal because they're doing what they're supposed to do. Some men, they are, yes, medium hairline. Some men, they take more pride in self and being a good person because it's the right thing to do. But some of these men feel like they should be worshiped because of it. And Black male worship is a real thing. So, but she's not helping it. If anything, she's enabling it. And, we can get into the whole narcissistic conversation. Do I feel like he has narcissistic traits, characteristics? Yeah, I do. He's very self-centered. He's dismissive. The only thing is that I don't feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like he uses her, but like he has this importance. He has this extreme importance about himself. And he needs constant praise. That's another thing. And admiration. He needs constant praise and admiration. And then what was the other one? The only thing that I don't feel like he does, but some may argue that he exploits her. I don't feel like he's exploiting her, but I mean, they do have a business relationship. He demeans, he intimidates, he bullies, and he belittles her. So listen, I'm not a psychologist, so I can't label someone narcissistic or not, but I do see some traits, okay? I do. I see some traits. But let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, that's why I'm like, she kind of exploits herself. That's why I'm just like, I don't know. Because no way I would allow this video to go up. Sorry. Just no way.
Oh, I remember that. You said you don't love me.
I'm just saying.
And this is the thing. I told her, like, hey, listen.
I just want to be with you. I like the way you do the things you do.
And this is the thing. I told her, like, hey, listen, I'm not in love with you. And to be honest, you don't really want to be with me because you want to be with somebody who feel the same way about you that you feel about them. And that is not me. I do not have those feelings for you like you have for me. So I like in your mind, you think I really want to be with you, but you don't, because I won't be with you like that. And you don't want to be with somebody like that. So when that happened, Fat was heartbroken.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I agree with IB because he's honest. Narcissistic people breadcrumb you, like they breadcrumb you, they lead you on, they gaslight you. And I don't see him doing that. So it makes me believe that he's just very arrogant and egotistical. So I don't feel like he has a personality disorder. I think he sees value in himself. He knows his self-worth. So self-worth is not always just for women. It's for men too. They should know their value. They should know their worth. So we're comparing, even though they're in a relationship, he's male, she's female, he knows his worth. He knows his value. Even though it may come across as arrogant and egotistical to you, he knows his worth. And he's with a woman that doesn't. And so we're seeing two different personalities here, and they're in a relationship together. So I don't know. But I agree.
But I was like, it's a necessary heartbreak. I wouldn't feel bad about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I told her that, I literally felt liberated. Like, whoa, thank God I got that off my chest. She is free to go find the man of her dreams, and I am free to find my queen.
All right, so let me go back to when he told me that, and I'll tell y'all how I felt when he did that.
Okay.
He told me, because I'm coming back from Christmas break. I'm like, all right, where my boo at? We about to get back together. Hey. And so then when he came around, he was like, yo, like, I don't agree with you. Like, what you talking about? He said he was gonna take a break. Like, what happened over this break now? Because my mind already jumped. Like, who he done met while I was on break or whatever. So then he says, I'm not in love with you. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I was hurt. I was for real hurt. I was doing the crying thing. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to talk to nobody. Like, I was going through my for real, like, rom-com breakup. Like,
It
was bad, y'all. It was bad.
Without you in my life, I can't go on, baby. Now go ahead.
I'm about to get my roll on. All right, so that's when, like, I told like my best friend, I told my mama and stuff that's happening, and that's when they was like, oh, why would he do that? And so then after I released everything, and I was just sitting there, and I was just thinking, like, he's right. I really don't want him if he don't want me the way I want him. And I had to think, like, if I serve the God that I serve, and if I say that I'm a Christian, then I need to believe in the word. And the word says, like, he'll give you the desires of your heart. Like, if you like living for him, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really like steadfast living for him, and I was, and that's what I wanted. So if I'm sitting there holding on to something that don't want me, then I'm not really believing God, because he'll give me the desires of my heart. And I desired love. I desired like it to be an equal thing. You know what I'm saying? So after I realized that God is going to give me exactly what I need, and what I need will become what I want, right? And so I can't keep chasing what I want. I need to chase what God like needs me to have, right? So then
I need you to keep doing my hair, because you just literally stopped.
So then I was getting into it, y'all. So then once I came to peace with that, I was like, okay, like, I'm good. Like, it hurt or whatever, but I was excited for what God had for me. Because if I felt that way about him, then whoever I meet, like, whoever God really sends, is going to be like 10 times that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be equal in the love that we share or whatever. So I started moving. Like, I put myself together. I got out. I got a different job. I got a car. I started managing at Nordstrom. I started teaching, what I really wanted to do. I started teaching art. Like, I started moving, like, really, like, painting like I wanted to. And I just started doing really well for myself. I tried to date. I met some real bums.
Boys, ain't me. You feel me?
Though, like, when you meet like a man of like for real integrity and character and stuff like that, like, you go on dates and you see straight.
See, that's where that narcissistic stuff be coming out, that I just be like, is he narcissistic or is he just very arrogant? I can't tell. I need a psychologist to examine this. I do. Because I don't know. I can't tell. But I'm tired of narcissism and narcissistic being thrown around so loosely. I'm sorry. Is he just super arrogant? I don't know, y'all. I need a psychologist to analyze this. If there are any psychologists out here watching this, please analyze this video. Because I want to know. Because, I don't know. I don't freaking know. But it's like, it's the arrogance for me. And I honestly, if we went on break and we broke up like this, I wouldn't have never told him what I was up to. Ever.
Right through somebody. Like, it's so bad.
Boys out here trying to get them draws.
On the first date, I'd be like, oh, where you taking me? Where we about to go? What we about to do? Nah, first date, what you gonna do with your life?
She was asking
and then sit there and wait for your answer. I need to know because I don't have time to waste. Like, oh, you good?
Fat was going on dates with boys, asking boys, hey, all right, so what's your purpose? Exactly. Boys were like, I thought we was just trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I needed to know.
Right,
I need to know everything. So yeah, he was dating, he was out there dating every girl that he thought he wanted and realized that that's not what he wanted because, you don't really know. You don't really know until you figure it out. So he went and tested the waters and it just wasn't me. But so then what happened?
I just want to be with you. I like the way you do the things you do.
He started coming around a little bit and we started to
I just want to add, like, y'all don't attack me. Okay, I love Nigerians. I think he's Nigerian. Nigerians are very egotistical and arrogant. They are. Okay, they have a rep for being that way. Okay, this is not an unknown or uncommon thing. So maybe it is cultural. Maybe it is. But I'm not offended by Nigerians being arrogant and egotistical because they're proud of who they are. So I'm not about to be mad. It's just when you belittle people, that's when I have an issue. But if you want to be proud of where you come from, you're proud of your flag, you're proud of your culture, your family, I don't see anything wrong with that. But it's just like sometimes Nigerians, y'all take it to a whole nother level. And I'll be like, well, damn, what do you think about me? Because they are just very proud about their culture. So yeah. And some people take offense to it. So I don't know. But I would like to know how other Nigerian women feel about his behavior though, because that's what I want to know. Like, is this common among you guys in relationships, in marriage? Because I couldn't deal with it. Is this a common thing? Are y'all both this way in a relationship? I need answers. I need answers. Yeah, Nigerians are they're very prideful people. They're very prideful people. Okay, so there are women in the comments saying no. I needed clarification because I'm just like, Someone said pride and arrogance are two different things. I agree. Just Pete that he has yet to compliment her in any way. Right. And that's what, yeah. I agree. I watched the proposal video too. It was horrible to me. I'm like, okay, he's still basically the proposal was basically him making fun of her. I didn't like it. Maybe we'll have time to watch that as well.
Like, communicate.
Fat, did you gonna let me chime in? Because you've been telling a lot of stories from your perspective.
Because mine is true.
What happened was, after about a year of not talking, Fat going into the chamber and transforming from Urkel to Stefan. You know what I'm saying? We became cool after a while, and like was just on some platonic friendship stuff. And we would tell each other about the dude she was dating or a female that I was dating, and we became cool.
Yeah.
And then after that stuff didn't work out with the people that we were talking to, we got, a little bit closer, but not like that. Like it was extremely platonic. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I started feeling some type of way about Fat, but I was just like, I'm not going to move forward with Fat unless I had peace in 3 areas, right? And the first area was I always thought Fat was like a really good option, but I never felt like Fat was like the one. Like I always wanted to have them butterflies, that euphoric feeling for the person I thought was the one, but I always thought she was like a solid option. So my homegirl Maggie invited me to an event. Fat just happened to be around me at the time, and there was another dude around me at the time. And I was just like, yeah.
This is where he lost me. And see, this is where I have to agree with Cynthia G. Yes. Because he said, I saw her as a solid option. And for me, it's like, okay, if you saw her as a solid option, this is where the red flag comes in. Yes. Put red flags all up and through this chat right now. If you saw her as a solid option, this is how you treat a solid option? This is how you treat a solid option? So it seems like even if he met the woman of his life, like the woman that he felt he was ordained to meet and have the butterflies and everything like that, it seems like he would still treat her this way. He just told on himself with his honesty. Even if he didn't settle, I still feel like he would treat a woman like this. Because I'm like, how do you view her as a solid option? Is it because you view her as a solid option because she put up with so much? Or do you always viewed her as a solid option? I need him to clarify that. I need him to clarify that. Because I'm just like, wait a minute. You saw her as a solid option, but you're treating a solid option like this? This is crazy. This is crazy to me. Yes, it seems like he views her as an object. He views her as this thing he can put up and put down whenever he wants to. She always gonna be around, and I guess I'll just settle for her if I don't find nobody else that I really want to be with. Oh my gosh. And now that, they're on the climb when it comes to fame, when it comes to money, and y'all know how that go. Y'all know how that go. He lost me with that. See, I've been taking a very unbiased approach, but I'm like, he gonna tell on himself eventually. Men that are quote unquote honest tell on themselves eventually. And this is why you should just sit back and listen and not talk so much. When you on that date, just sit and listen. They tell on themselves. And if they really are a narcissist will really tell on themselves, but you got to be listening. You can't be so codependent on the idea of love to the point where you're not hearing what they're saying. Oh, this is so sweet, especially the God thing. Like sometimes God will just give in and give you what you want since you won't move on. Dude's whack. Well, thank you for the $20. Thank you for coming in here and giving feedback from the male perspective. Because I got some feedback from the male's perspective, and they were just like, he's trash. You treat a solid option like this? A solid option, but not the one. Listen. With that one statement, he contradicted everything that he ever said. Everything. Which also means he was breadcrumbing her too. A solid option, you treat us. So that means at points you would treat her like you wanted to be with her. And then at points you treated her like she was just an option or you didn't want to be with her. He breadcrumber. I don't care what nobody said. He breadcrumber. He did. He did. He wanted her to stay around. He wanted her to stick around until he figured himself out. And she allowed it.
I want to go to this event real quick, and we just went as friends. Well, first of all, before we went into the event, I gave Fat the speech that I usually give her, like, hey, remember, this is completely platonic. Don't be in here trying to, scare away my queen.
I was like, I ain't tripping on you. I'm trying to find my, and I was like, my king. I'm trying to find my boy.
Exactly. And I was like, continue to tell yourself like that, and it might happen for you as well. Now, when we got in there, it was the first time I had ever been in a venue where at least 5 different chicks that at one point in time I either wanted to talk to, like they was interested in me, blase, was in the same venue at the same time, and they was all looking extremely beautiful. But the only thing it was, though, I did not have the urge to talk to not any one of them. So much so that I told Fat, hey, don't go too far away. Like, stay close. Stay close, but still don't get no ideas because I still don't want you like that. But don't go too far. So I had to leave.
Y'all. Like, I'm sorry, but like my narcissistic antennas are just like, Don't go too far, but I still don't want you like that. Y'all, I can't make it up, y'all. I can't. I can't make it up. I can't. This is not love. This is horrible. I feel so bad for her. Like, oh my gosh. My antennas are just going off. And then I want to also point this out. He has yet to express his love for her. He has yet to compliment her on her beauty. He called when he was, I guess they went to this event, he was like, all of these other beautiful women. So you know what beauty is, you know what's beautiful to you. But then again, it's like he told her he didn't want to be with her like that. So I don't know, y'all. This is toxic. The whole situation is toxic to me. Okay, just two toxic people trying to figure it out. And it just is, when a relationship starts on toxic grounds, is it going to survive without therapy? I don't know. But this is stressing me out. So he knows what's beautiful. This is horrible. So basically, she went to this event as the wingman, but as a distant wingman. She was basically playing the backup. And I guess he would use her when he needed her. And then when he didn't need her, he just was like, stay out the picture, stay out the way. Don't be too close up on me. I don't want people to think we're together because I'm trying to see if I can get some options while we're at this event. Oh my gosh.
That event and ask myself, dang, with all those options around it, was Fat really the one that I felt was the best option? I really want to talk to Fat in the midst of all of my options, and it was a I did. So that was the one thing I needed peace about. The second thing was I had a problem not being able to say that I'm in love with Fat. Right, I had a problem not being able to say I'm in love with Fat. Right, and I talked to my boy Devin. Because I always felt like the one I want to be with, I want to have like butterflies. I just want to have those ooey gooey feelings on the inside, right? He said, you have a real worldly perspective of love. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, if you remember the story when the Pharisees tried to make Jesus stumble and just say something stupid, right? Which they always try and do. He was like, remember when they asked Jesus, they said, hey, of all of the commandments, what are the most important ones? He said, that's easy. Love God with all your heart, then love your neighbor as yourself. And I was like, all right, what does that have to do with me and Fat? He said, if you can understand that at a basic level, you can understand that they asked him about the commandments. And he told them which ones were the most important. And if he said, love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself, then you can clearly see that love has absolutely nothing to do with feelings. And that it has everything to do with being a command and a choice. And you cannot command.
They both had a Disney love story. They both hopeless romantics. For real. They're both toxic too, just so y'all know. They're both toxic. Oh my God. They're both toxic. I don't care what nobody, they both toxic. They both need to be in therapy. And that's what it is. Yeah, she had this struggle love story and he had this Disney love story. Yeah. And where are the brown girls at? Can y'all post y'all little queen, princess emoji in the comment section? Because y'all know what I'm about to say. Can you post your tiara in the chat box, please? Yeah, go ahead. Because y'all know what I'm about to say. Y'all know what I'm about to say. You are dodging bullets. This woman is, I guess she gets the pass to be a preference. And this is what she's dealing with. This is what she's putting up with for love from a black man. Just so you know. Just so you know. This is what you see relationship goals online. This is it. So just letting you know. Men avoid you. It's a blessing. So don't feel like you're missing out. Don't. Please don't. Because you're not. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So be happy that you know, your skin is like an armor. Literally, it's like protecting you from the bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep it all the way. It's protecting you from the bullshit. And that's how you need to see it. And you need to put yourself on a pedestal. You need to continuously promote your image. Because this is just, listen. No, ma'am. No, him. No, ma'am. This is what I got to go up against. This is what I have to dodge. Because I'm like, okay, but are you a colorist? Do you have issues? Do you have emotional trauma? Like, we got a list that we have to go through. So be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful of the fact that these men avoid you. Be grateful. It's a blessing, for real. Like, she's suffering in a marriage. Oh my gosh. But she got a man though. That's all Black men care about. She got a man, you single. She got a man, you single. What kind of relationship is this? What kind of marriage is this?
Man, feelings. I was like, what you mean? He's like, if I told you to be sad right now, be sad. I command you to be sad. I would sound extremely stupid because you cannot do that. You cannot command feelings. He said, but love is a command and it's a choice. So if you can honestly say that, because I always felt like the love that I had for Fat was like a real ride or die type love, a real like conscious, like I know exactly who you are, you know exactly who I am type love. He was like, if you can honestly say that you love Fat, then that in itself is more than enough. That's all you need. But the world has gassed you up to make you believe that you need feelings. You have to have this little euphoric feeling. And if you don't have that feeling, then it's not love. And that's a lie. And it's to trigger the enemy. But they gave it the term in love. And you could fall in and out of love. People, no, you could just.
That was him expressing his love for her. Just so y'all know, y'all don't miss it. Don't miss it. He loves her because it was so conditional to the point where he saw her as a ride or die. So he's like, oh, I guess I'll stick with her. So what if she stops? This is my question. What if she stops giving? What if she stops giving and expects for things to be reciprocated? Then what? I just wonder if you guys don't like armor because you feel like it's masculine, safety net, whatever you want to use, whatever makes you feel good, sis, just know you out here dodging. Okay. You're dodging the bullshit because this is a mess. So I just wonder, like, at what point will it, if her love becomes conditional and she starts requiring more of him, then what is their love story? Where does their love story go? It's gone. It doesn't exist. So
If you get feelings, you lose feelings. You're gonna be irritated sometimes. You're gonna not be irritated sometimes. You're gonna be feeling like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And fat. All right. I'm just saying. So that sounds real simple, but it broke the shackles on my mind as it relates to that. Me wanting that euphoric feeling and wanting to just have those butterflies with the person that I wanted to be with for the rest of my life, right? So that was the second thing. And the third thing was that Fat had sickle cell, right? And in my mind, I don't believe in soulmates. I don't believe in this person. This is the only person for you. I believe in you choose who you want to be with, then you honor that commitment or you honor the covenant as unto God. That's what I believe, right? So I was like, the person I choose to be with for the rest of my life, I want to choose somebody who I deem is healthy, strong, fit to carry my seed. And I'm thinking about the future, right? And then God got on my head so heavy with like, dang, what? When did you get so just confident and arrogant within yourself that you just really feel like you know what healthy look like? You know what tomorrow holds. Like, what makes you think you can't go get somebody who you deem healthy and they don't die in no car crash the next day or get hit by a stray bullet or whatever the case is? Anything, just die of a random heart attack. You have no clue. You don't know anything. And he was like, if you know Fat is the best thing for you, why would you be out here looking for the next best thing when you have the best thing with you? And I was like, oh, I guess I don't know what health is. He's like, you need to just honor and cherish what you deem as the best while you have her with you. So when I had peace in those 3 areas, I had absolutely no problem coming up to Fat and telling her, hey, listen, I want to be with you. And I told my homegirl at first, I was like, yeah, look, I'm gonna tell Fat I want to be with her. She's like, oh, you gonna propose? I was like, are you silly? Are you crazy? I said, I want to be with her. I just want to be boyfriend and girlfriend first. I'm like, no, let's just see if that works, a real relationship. So I went and told Fat, and Fat, when I first told her, because you got to understand, now it's been like about 5 years of Fat desperately wanting to be with me.
Don't.
Okay. Some things I want to point out. So I guess he had a spiritual awakening. He had a talk with God. I feel like where she messed up, and this is just my opinion, when they were on that break, she should have been really doing her. She should have been out here dating. No, she should have healed first, took time out to do that. Then she should have did some self-work, therapy, learning how to love herself, embrace herself, and find her worth. Maybe, hopefully, if she would have spent some time alone and in solitude and enjoyed her singleness season instead of hopping right back out here on the dating scene, maybe she wouldn't even be in this relationship or marriage. She never took time out for herself. She never took time out to make sure that she was becoming better so that she could choose better. So she settled too, whether y'all want to acknowledge that or not. She stuck around for 5 years dealing with this. No way. No freaking way. No way. She should have healed, did some self-work, leveled up, and then he would have been chasing her. The roles would have reversed. The roles never reversed. This relationship could have worked out better if they would have separately taken enough time out to truly work on themselves and better themselves. But she didn't do that. She was just so fixated on him. She was running and chasing behind him, wondering what he was doing, what he was up to. She never took time out to take care of herself. And if she just would have did that, I think the roles would have been reversed. And honestly, I think she took him back way too soon. And the reason why is because she never made those roles reversed where she made him work for her. I think she should have waited a full year before she even considered taking him back. And while he was working to get her back, she should have been dating other people so that he could really compete for her love and attention, since he wanted her so bad, since God came down and you had this spiritual awakening and then you would have had no problem chasing behind her and putting in the work that you needed to in order to prove that you felt like she was the one that you wanted to be with. So to the women that are on here and you're watching this and you are dating some guy or whatever like that, and he claims he has some type of spiritual awakening and he's trying to come back to you or whatever the case may be, because people do change. Did you really give him that time to work on himself, or are you just taking him back after a few weeks or a few months? I would have made him wait a full year. And the type of work that I'm talking about is he would have been outside my window with a boombox over his shoulder playing Bobby Whack. If you think I'm lonely now, wait until tonight. Like, for real. He would have been putting in so much work to the point where I would have been so confident in my decision. No way. Nope. 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 Y'all think I'm playing? I'm being dead serious. Like, there's no way. Thank you, Sell Food Gamer, for the $10. No way. Cause no, y'all be taking men back after 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a few months. What has he learned? How many therapy sessions could he have had within that time frame? No, for real. What counseling has he done? What mentoring has he gotten for him to heal and change himself for the better? Y'all have to raise the standards. Y'all have to start raising the standards. He coming back after 3 weeks. Yes, Bobby Whack. If you don't know who it is, go talk to your mama about it so she could tell you what it is and what it's about. Yes. Outside, yes. So I need to make sure. And that's the only way I could really know. Because, I mean, like, how do we not know? And ladies, you got to be careful with this. How do you not know he was out here, Womack. Sorry, I'm getting hyped. How do you know he wasn't out here sleeping with somebody else and that option didn't work out? And so now he's crawling back to you. You don't know that. You don't know. So somebody said Lenny Williams, something. I need something. Nope, it's not enough. Nope, he put her through so much, and it's just like, no, he needs to be put through some things too. He needs to feel like he's lost you for him to really see your worth.
It was look ass. So when I tell her I want to be with her initial reaction is what?
Stop playing. Like, I don't have time to play with you. I don't have time to play.
She literally
said, let me go back because when we went through that break and we started like becoming friends again, and then he started acting like he was interested again. I initially did not want to. I didn't want to because you gotta understand, like, it's just been years of me like, oh, you ready? Nah. Are you ready?
No.
Oh, no, you're not. You ready? Like, it had been like years of doing that, and I was tired. At that point. I told y'all how I given everything to God. I was like, he gonna work this thing out for me. He gonna send like who I need. I'm good on you. I want what God has for me.
Yeah.
And I was just tired. And so then I talked to one of my mentors after we had that conversation. And she was like, you know what? Has he like lied to you or tried to intentionally do you dirty? I was like, no. Like, he was always honest, no matter if it hurt me or not. Like, he was completely honest. And she was like, well, in that case, like, if he's telling you something different and he's showing you something different, watch. I was like, all right, I guess. You know, I was like still hesitant, but I was like, I mean, I guess I could see. She's like, don't dive all the way in. You have to dive all the way back in, but just watch and see if it's different. And so
this is why you gotta be careful who you getting mentorship from. Everybody ain't a good mentor. And I'm pretty sure her mentor was somewhere in the church, deep in the church, deep on the motherboard. I'm pretty sure it was. Because no way. But then, back then, this was common. This was the thing to do. This was the thing to put up with. This was struggle love. This was love that was all over and plastered on the TV screens for us to consume and be programmed by. So it's not unbelievable. It's just like, wow, like we were really out here dealing with this. This is insane. This is crazy. So I'm pretty sure she was being mentored by someone in the church, and it's no shade to church folks. It's just, y'all know what comes with that culture. The new age Christians are not new age Christians, but the younger Christians, y'all know how that is, and what they teach you. It's just a mess.
So I started to like pay attention. I started to watch. And he was different. He had changed, and he was just softer. Like, it was.
I don't know about soft.
No. I mean, not like softer as like a man, but in his tone, like talking to me, it was just different, right? It was just different. It wasn't on some like, hey,
you need to find you some better adjectives.
I'm a stiff arm you. Give me like at least 5 feet at all times, like that. It wasn't like, all right, you can come a little closer. I was like, maybe it is a little.
I wasn't on some like hold my hand type stuff though.
I didn't say that.
Well, you said softer, and then
I meant like in your tone, not like as a man.
Put it out there.
Like, he's not soft, y'all. He's not soft.
But you ain't gotta say that either, because then that makes me look even more soft. We try to talk. Oh, it's all right, y'all. He ain't soft. He's strong. Him a strong man.
Play for him.
All right. Good job. Look at it. Good job, Fat. You chopped it. That's good. So anywho.
So I started paying attention, and I really like, so ladies, like, if you ever go through something like this and you like,
I just want to be with you. I like the way you do the things you do.
So anywho.
So I started paying attention, and I really like, so ladies, like, if you ever go through something like this he coming back, he wants you back. You really have to consider his integrity, his character, like how he treated you before. Like, and if he was always sneaking and doing you dirty, that's a character, that's an integrity issue. And that's something that he's going to need to fix himself. Like, you can't fix that for him. Yeah. So don't think like just after like a couple weeks or months of him being hurt that you're not around, that he just changed and it's just different. Nah, like he needs to like for real, like do a for real self-assessment and like start walking in that self-assessment every day before you can even consider him coming back. But he's different because he wasn't like on some sneaky stuff trying to like lie to me, trying to go see somebody and, you know, at me at the same time. He wasn't on that. He was just always honest. Like, I just don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
So then
whenever Fat get real serious, she just stopped doing my hair and just start talking. It's the weirdest thing ever. I'm just like, all right.
You got to focus on what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So then I started paying attention, I started watching, and so then it kind of happened faster than what I thought it was. So when he was like, hey, I want to be with you, I was like, I ain't got time to play with you. Let's keep moving. Like, I don't have time. Stop playing with me. And so then his friend ended up like coming, well, I don't know.
Crystal with a K?
Yeah.
She had just moved down to Houston. She needed to stay for a couple weeks. I said, I got you. She been one of my best friends since North Texas, UNT, Goldman Green.
She didn't take her own advice. She didn't. Because it's just like, how it happened faster than I thought. So that means you really didn't give it time. And I just told y'all, if it's me, a full year. But she said, I don't want to waste any time. This is why I said you cannot be codependent on the idea of love. Look at what's going on. Look at the situation for what it really is. Come on. Like, she did not take her own advice. It happened faster than what I wanted. I don't have time to waste. So you rushed it. Yes, I'm definitely getting Will and Jada vibes. Also, I want to ask her this question. I really want to ask her this question. Would you choose him again? I wonder if she would choose him again if she had the choice. Because Gabrielle Union, she said she wouldn't choose Dwayne Wade again. So I'm curious to know if she would, this is a love story. We don't know how she feels today. I want to know because Gabrielle said she wouldn't choose Dwayne Wade again. If she had to do it all over again, she would because she didn't know her worth back then. That's what I want to know. Would she choose him again now that she's been married to him? She's buried his kids and everything. I wonder if she would, because this was 4 years ago. She's had 3 of his kids. I wonder. Gabrielle Union says she wouldn't. And she was bold to say that. I was like, oh, girl, you wouldn't? Okay. She kept it real.
So I told Crystal with a K before I even told Fat. So when she came up, she was like, congratulations. And I was like,
oh, she was like, yeah, congratulations on your relationship. I was like, oh, he was serious.
I was like, I told you. What's up?
I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And so we were in a relationship.
And it took Fat about a month. Hold on real quick, Fat. Let me set them. It's getting twisted stuff. It's for the birds sometimes. What was I?
It took me a while to even say, like, boyfriend. I feel like it took me over a month to be able to say, this is my boyfriend. It took me some time, because if I spoke that, then that made it official. And I didn't know how long it would last. I'm not going to lie.
She didn't want to get her heart broke again.
Exactly. Because the first time, he was like, you want to be with me? I was like, oh, he's my boyfriend. I was so happy. And then it was like, nah, I won't be with you. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to pace myself this time. You're not going to play me. Fool me once, shame on me. Shame on you. I don't know how to go. But that.
All right.
So it took me some time. But then I right when I like finally started like being comfortable saying, this is my boyfriend, he flipped it again. Because this is the thing. So we would never.
It was not that quick.
Hmm?
I mean, he flipped it again. I ain't proposed.
No, just because I started saying it don't mean that I was comfortable saying it.
Oh, I'm saying, but this is making sense. All right.
It wasn't that fast,
Go ahead.
It wasn't a long process either. So as soon as I started getting comfortable, like saying, "Oh yeah, this is my boyfriend," or referring to my boyfriend, and like really getting comfortable doing that, it started getting to the point to where I would say something about like our future, and he'd be like, "Nah, chill. Like I'm not. Like we just got back together. Like you going too fast."
Humble yourself.
And so I'd be like, "Okay, cool. All right, cool. You know, I'm gonna move this way. I'm gonna slow down. You know how it's ended up. How it ended up before."
That was a mess. That was a mess. If you guys want me to, do y'all want me to play the proposal video? I didn't like it. Yeah, yes. They're. I feel like they're codependent on one another in a very unhealthy manner. Y'all do? Y'all want to see it? Okay, just give me a sec. Let me pull it up. It's just a mess. And I'm gonna just speed it up to the part where that needs, because it's drawn out for no reason. So, and it really stresses me out.
Hey guys, I don't really know how to start this. Tell me, stop doing that. Just tell me how to start.
Fat, you start.
Let me pull it up. Because I watched it early. I watched a few of their videos. How do you guys feel? Because they did a series about, I think it's called Forever Twisted. Let's talk about sex. And so before they got married, they were celibate for a while. Not long enough to me, but they did do the celibacy thing for a while before they got married. How do y'all feel about that? And I'm gonna say it again. Listen, if you don't love yourself, you don't need to date. Why is it doing that? The dating scene is not for you. No, celibacy, because they waited until they got married to have sex. Now they had sex before they got married, but when they got back together for the very last time, he finally chose her. They didn't have sex. They went celibate until marriage. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm not about to change myself. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Drell. Yeah, I'm not about to. Nope, can't do it. Okay, I think it starts about 6 minutes. Oh, am I sharing my screen? No, I'm not. Okay, hold on.
Okay, if you could, come up here real quick. Y'all, this is my girl, Fat. Fat, say hey. She fine. She stylish. Don't let them look at you. All right. Come on, get closer. Now listen, she's beautiful, right? And y'all see it in this form. But when I met you, I just remember a different form of you. That's okay. No, get close. I just want you to understand that. That's what I see when I look at you. The little you. The fact that's on the inside. You know, you had it rub growing up. She's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah. It's a little different out there. So she grew up a little rough around the edges. Carl, if you could, exhibit two. Yeah, she grew up a little rough. There's a little rough. But she blossomed. And that's something beautiful. Carl, thank you. Boom. Switch it up real quick.
Now listen, I have a question, you guys. Is this the nature of their relationship? Is he doing the slideshow to make fun of her, or is he doing the slideshow to say, I accepted you then and I accept you now? I don't know. I can't tell, but it's like, it's hard to distinguish for me, because they have listen, if you are friends with a guy that you were friends with first, and he really saw you as a friend and nothing more, roasting is the nature of the relationship. And this is why I said boundaries need to be established if you decide to go from being just a friend to being more. So it's like, is he roasting her because this is the nature of their relationship among each other? Or is he just making fun of her? I can't tell. I'm not the one in the relationship, so it's like, I just can't tell. I don't know. She's laughing though. So I don't know. I don't know.
She blossomed. You know what I'm saying? You blossomed. No. Oh, Carl, you jumped ahead. So listen, I told you I went to Michigan last week to meet with E about music stuff, about like where we going as a company, and about the music stuff. I just want to say in front of all these people who you don't really know at all, I lied. I went to meet with your mama. Can you put that picture back up? And the rest of your family. Yeah. And then I told our family and friends here, our support system. Can we bring our support system in? Everybody. Okay, everybody at forward. Yeah, come on, it's a lot of them. We go to church. So I told everybody. Yeah, come on. Ryan, Keisha. Yeah. Come on in. Yeah, I told them all to be here. So when I went to Michigan,
You guys, can we be realistic about what's going on right now? The man is nervous. She's just as nervous. They're both nervous. Relax. Gosh, everything is not supposed to be so negative. Like, oh my goodness. He's nervous. She's nervous. And he thought to bring her family out. Just watch and see what's going on. Oh my gosh.
When I went to I met your mama, you know your mama ain't gonna fool me like that. Come on, Tobe. So I had to look in the eyes, I could look at you in the eyes. And I told her that I'm gonna be with you for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. And I told her that if you be honest, if you do. Really ready. That's what's up. To the question. It's the promise of making to be whatever
Okay.
My hair's damaged and falling out. Chemical burns, psoriasis, bald spot. I hate it. This is a hair emergency.
There are thousands of black women out there that have a clue on what's right for their hair.
Weaves, honey.
Okay. Y'all, I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got. Y'all can make up what you want to make up of their relationship. I would have never made it to the altar because I would have never stayed that long, just being honest. Is he changed? I don't know. I don't really think so. That's just my opinion. And the reason is because it's the way he talks to her. It doesn't seem like he's changed that much. I just don't like how he talks to her. Like I said, Black people as a culture, we have a bad habit at talking at people and not to people. And he's just very dismissive when it comes to her side of things. And I don't like that. I don't like it when I see women being spoken down to and not spoken to, because there is a difference. But I'm happy if she's happy. If she's happy, I love it. Like, y'all know how I am about that. If she's happy with her situation, I'm not the one to hate. I just don't feel like the situation is for me. I wanted to point out some things though throughout this video that hopefully you can take away and learn from and grow within your personal life. Just because this is her story doesn't mean it has to be your story. Just because this is her life doesn't mean you need to go out and do the same thing. I just feel like if you are out here dating, I do feel like you need to work on self. You need to work on self, and you need to know your worth and your value and what you bring to the table. And I'm not talking about anything tangible. I'm just strictly speaking on characteristics. How are you valuable? Are you a peaceful woman? Do you give great counsel and advice when asked? Are you argumentative? Like, you should know your worth. And you can't think that every woman out here is like you, because if you think every woman out here is just like you, you don't know your worth. You have to think that you're unique, you're special. If you don't think that way about yourself, then you don't know your worth. So that's all that I have regarding this video. I wish her well, but give the video a thumbs up, please, before you leave. Yeah, growing to love someone is definitely arranged marriage. But give the video a thumbs up. I will do I think it's Miranda from Fresh and Fit. I'm going to do a video regarding the video that she made in response to the whole drama that took place. I'm going to do that tomorrow. So if you're interested, let me know. But you guys have a nice night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.